Hello everyone, welcome to another in the series of the chalkboard training. This one is on strategies for placing the people that you sponsor. So the question comes up, where is the best place to put each of our new LFA members? Good question, let's go into it. And it's always helpful to kind of look at some concepts first. Every person is given a grid to fill in. There's going to be two positions under each person. It's a grid that goes on forever and ever and ever. And every single position, there is two positions underneath that. So this grid, because there is the way it's designed and the way it looks, it's called the binary. A few more concepts. At some point in this giant grid is you. And everyone that is there before you that has a connection to you is your upline. Everyone in there above is upline. It could be 3 people, it could be 300 people. It doesn't make any difference. Every single one of those positions would be considered your upline. So, and that one of those folks obviously is your sponsor. It doesn't matter where they are. They could be 50 levels up or right next to you. It's totally irrelevant. The key point here is that everybody in your upline can place LFA members into your organization. And through the compensation, the part of the compensation plan called the first order bonus, you can benefit from that. But the question comes in, where should your upline place the people that they are going to place inside your organization? And in the same vein, where should you place your members? And is there a strategy for placement, or should people just be placed randomly? Well, good question. And yes, there is a best strategy. Absolutely. And here it is. When placing any personally sponsored member into anyone's group, the best strategy is called outer edge placement. Outer edge placement works like this. Your upline will choose just one leg, right or left, and place people like this. So the first person that they place will be there on either your right or left. Let's choose left here. And then the next person they're going to sign up into your organization will be directly underneath them, but on that same outside edge. So the third person they sign up will be there, the fourth will be there, the fifth will be there, the sixth will be there, and so on. You will then do the same thing using this same outer edge placement, except of course you're going to do it on your other leg. So that looks like this. So there you are, you've signed up, and the first person that you bring in is going to go on your right leg. In this case they're going to go right there. The second person that you bring into the business builder, or just a consumer, it doesn't make any difference. They're going to go underneath that first person on their outside leg. Third person that you bring in, person that you sign up, business builder or consumer, is going to go on the outside leg of that second person. The fourth person you bring is going to go underneath the outside leg of the third person, and so on and so on. Now note that in both your uplines and your own outer edge, it can go forever, hundreds of levels deep. There's no disadvantage to how many levels that it goes in your organization. And eventually, over 10 years that you're doing this, you could end up being 1,000 levels deep, especially as we start to go into other countries. Doesn't matter. So forget the level. Just think of the placement. Now, the big question is, why would you build like this? So let's take a look at some of the reasons for outer edge method. The first reason is this, is that the upline can take care of one leg of your two legs. That means you only have to focus on building just one leg. And you're going to see there's some very, very financial benefits to them doing that and you doing that. The upline builds just one leg. You build another leg. Second reason for outer edge methodology. Every new personally sponsored member that you add is placed under every single other person that you've sponsored. You are constantly helping every single personally sponsored member with every new personally sponsored member. So when I sign up that second person, it helps the first person that I brought in. When I sign up the third person, it helps not only the second person, but the third person. When I bring in the fourth person, it helps all three there, and so on. The fifth person, all four of those people, every single one of those people that I've ever signed up benefits from me placing them into their organization. You can start to see that. It's very, very powerful reasoning. And what's really cool, and it's important to remember that, is this isn't just about me bringing people in. That one that just got circled by red right there, well, he is a business builder. And as he builds his business, and of course he's going to be building that inside of his leg, guess what? That can start to grow into potentially tens and then hundreds and then potentially thousands of people. Well, all of those people then benefit the folks above there. So this is why you want to build in that outer level. Very, very powerful reason. It not only benefits the person who started that, but it benefits that person circled in the blue, above that, and so on. Great. Let's take a look at the third reason. Actually, let's take a look, first of all, if you don't use the outer edge method, what can start to happen. Each time you place a personally sponsored member in some other location other than your outer edge, you create one more leg that you are then responsible for. So let's take a look. Let's imagine that you step out of that outer edge method and you place someone there. Look what starts to happen. As they start to build their organization, guess what? You are now responsible for starting to help that person's organization grow. So great, you're going to sponsor someone there that you circled in the orange color or orange yellow, and then of course you're going to start helping that person, and then that person you are responsible for to help in some way. So all of a sudden, look what's happening. Not only are you having to place people in this outer edge leg, but now you've got this whole second line that you do it. And then of course if you diverge from there at all and develop a third leg and then a fourth leg, you can start to see what takes place. Each time you further diminish your ability to help each person that you sponsor. It diminishes it. It has to divide up your attention. And the other thing this starts to do is it starts to model a building method that just doesn't work. And your personally sponsored members, the people that you bring in, will start to copy what you are doing. The fourth one, and this is probably the biggest reason for building only in the outer edge, is this. By building just one leg of each of the people that you bring in, it encourages that person that you sponsored, to build the other leg. This is crucial, very, very important. And the reason is that because most of the commissions really can't be accessed if someone just has one leg that's being built for them, for instance. They need to have volume in their own other leg that they have to start building it. So if you start placing your new members into their other leg, people, just by being human, will become naturally complacent and stop bringing in new people, since all of their network expansion is being done for them. You're literally building both legs of their organization. They can sit back and just collect checks. So that is really a bad situation to create, as you will see. Each of us get paid for helping expand the worldwide Alpha network of product users. We don't just get paid for our position. So the whole key is to help motivate people, not create welfare, not create entitlement. And this outer edge method prevents that exact dynamic from occurring. So are there exceptions to this rule? Of course. And, we're only human, and we always want to end up helping certain Alpha members out. So eventually, even the most ardent networkers are going to break the outer edge model. And that's just the nature of it, especially when you're in this 5, 10, 15 years. You'll see it's really tough to stay in that all the time. Just become aware of the pros and the cons of this outer edge method. So here's what's going to happen. Over the time, we are expanding into all of these different markets. And as we do, you have to realize that as your own network grows, you're going to start to develop other networks outside of that. This grow into other countries as we expand into those countries. This is going to be huge. That's why it's so important to understand placement in the beginning and to teach this to your group as well. Because as this grows, believe me, it's going to get huge. So the key to all of this is start building one person at a time. Work it a little bit every week. Learn the art of talking to people about the vision of Alpha in such a way that they get involved. The other one is stay involved. Stay on conference calls. Get onto trainings. Learn what's going on. That will further your whole education, because really the only way to fail at this is to quit. So that's it. That's the Chalkboard training series for today. This has been the strategies for placing the people you sponsored. To learn more, of course, go to the OlgrenNetworkTraining.com and you can watch all of this series as well as the other videos that we've created. Thanks very much. See you soon.